this is the way I see life. If other parts of the world would just reduce their quality of life, and by that what I mean is the things that we don't need to survive. So if Western countries stopped funneling resources and money and time and manpower into creating mindless entertainment and distractions for themselves and for their children, which do not benefit the development of the child intellectually, spiritually or physically, such as computer games and stuff like this. If we just took that industry back and we channeled those resources into stuff like adequate medical care for men, women and children around the planet, then eventually, once we get that balance, is my belief, once we find the balance where everyone's cared for the basics, for the survival aspect of life, then we can start looking at entertainment if we must. But it just makes me, for me, it's very apparent living here. If you're going to create and manufacture entertainment and distractions whilst people are struggling and suffering on the planet, then there's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with that system. There's something very much wrong with that system. We can't carry on that way as a species. We just can't. And I always say, if you put it in literal terms, you would see it much more clearly. So if you saw someone if you saw able-bodied men and women choosing to stare at a TV to be entertained, or to play on a computer game to be entertained, or to stand in a bar drinking alcohol to be entertained, rather than using their able-bodied selves, which are nourished and have power and have a mind to help children. So say you had a pub and outside there were starving children and people were just walking through them to go and drink at the bar. You call those people out, you tell them, why are you not helping? So this is the situation we find ourselves in the world. Able-bodied people are ignoring the plight of fellow humans on the planet so they can distract themselves and entertain themselves. And it's not right. It's just not right. It's not behaviour conducive of what I believe a human being can be, or should be, perhaps. So, but, that's just my opinion. We all share opinions, and I often say actually opinions are a waste of time, but I morally believe that 99.9% of human beings would not walk through a car park of people struggling for food and shelter and medical care to go and drink alcohol and distract themselves from reality. They would stop and help people on the way. So those people might not be in your local pub's car park, but they are on your planet, and they are within reaching distance of most of you. Boils down to discipline. If we can discipline ourselves to have dominion over our five senses in meditation, then we won't walk through that sea of people, metaphorically speaking. We will stop and help them. And I know, because it wasn't until I disciplined myself that I stopped walking through that metaphorical car park full of people in trouble to go to the pubs. Right, anyway, I'm going to go to the hospital, so.
Everybody gather round and listen to my song. I've only got one. We who are young should now take a stand. Don't run from the burdens of women and men. Continue to give, continue to live for what you know is right. Most of your life can be out of sight. Withdraw from the darkness and look to the light. For everyone's free, at least that's the way it's supposed to be.